Congratulations, my beloved child. You have just opened what heaven has been waiting for you to see. This is not an accident. This is not coincidence. This is a divine moment, chosen and written long before you took your first breath. I have been waiting for you to arrive here, to pause long enough for my voice to finally reach your heart. The very fact that you are reading these words means you have been called into something sacred, something holy, something that will begin to change the course of your life. Heaven itself rejoices in this moment, because you have opened a door that many walk past without noticing. You have opened my message, and within these words, you will find what your soul has been searching for. I know you did not expect this. You thought you were simply scrolling, searching, or passing time, but I have been guiding you here. The gentle nudge that brought you to these words was not chance, it was me. I have been whispering to your heart, drawing you closer, because there are things I have longed to tell you, promises I have longed to give you, and love I have longed for you to feel again. You will be the happiest person when you open what I am about to reveal, because these words carry healing where you have been hurting, light where you have been lost, and hope where you have felt hopeless. You did not find this message by yourself. My child, I brought this message to you. Even now, as you read, heaven is watching. The angels stand near you, their light surrounding the space you are in. There is joy in the unseen realm, because every time one of my children opens their heart to listen, the heavens sing. I am smiling upon you, for you have allowed my voice to reach where it had been silent for too long. This message is more than sentences. It is my heartbeat poured out in words. I have written this with a love no one else could give you. Every word you are about to read carries the breath of my spirit. I have wrapped my presence inside these lines so that as you read, you do not just see letters, you feel me. You feel the weight of my peace, the warmth of my arms, the pull of my love. My beloved, I know how long you have waited for something real, something true, something that does not fade when the world grows dark. I know you have tried to fill the emptiness in your heart with things that never last. I know how tired you have been of running, how often you have whispered, there must be more than this. This message is my answer. Yes, there is more. There is me. Every ache, every longing, every silent cry has led you here to this very moment where I speak directly to your spirit. I am here to tell you that you have been seen, you have been heard, and you have been loved far more deeply than you can understand. I want you to know that what you are feeling right now is not your imagination. The calm that begins to settle, the warmth rising in your chest, that soft stirring of peace, it is my presence. I am touching your heart, reminding you that you are not alone and that I have always been with you. I have waited for this moment for a long time. I have waited for you to stop long enough to let me speak, because I have so much to tell you. You have walked through storms that made you doubt whether I was still near, but I was there in every tear, every silence, every breath. I was holding you when you thought no one cared. I was guiding you when you could not see the way. And now, I am here, speaking clearly so that you will never again wonder if I see you. I see you. I have always seen you. When I look at you, I do not see failure. I do not see fear. I do not see shame. I see my child, precious, chosen, loved. I see the one I died for, the one whose name is written on my hands. I see the beauty I placed in you before the world tried to take it away. You may have forgotten who you are, but I have not. You are mine, and no darkness, no mistake, no voice from this world can ever change that truth. And now, Through this message, I am calling that truth back to life. I am whispering your identity back into being. I am speaking joy where there has been sorrow and light where there has been confusion. Heaven is not far from you, it surrounds you right now. You are sitting in the middle of a miracle and may not even realize it. The very air around you carries my peace. The atmosphere shifts when I speak, and as you read these words, that shift is happening within you. Something inside you is awakening, something long asleep is stirring. The emptiness you have carried will not survive my voice. The despair that weighed you down will not withstand my presence. You are about to encounter a joy that does not depend on anything or anyone in this world. You are about to experience what it means to truly be loved by me. So breathe, my child. Let your heart be still. This moment is for you and me alone. The noise of the world can wait. The worries can pause. For these few moments, it is just you and the one who made you. I am not here to lecture you. I am here to love you. I am not here to remind you of what went wrong. I am here to remind you of what can still go right. This message is a doorway, and you have just stepped through it. On the other side of these words is peace, healing, and joy like you have never known. Every word you are about to read carries a promise from my heart to yours. Every sentence is a seed, and if you let it take root, it will grow into a life you never thought possible. You will laugh again. You will dream again. You will wake up each morning without fear and go to bed each night in peace. You will learn to love yourself as I love you fully and without conditions. You will be the happiest person when you open my message, because this is not just information, it is transformation. You are reading the very words that angels long to speak. You are receiving what heaven has prepared for you. Do not rush through this moment. Every line was meant for you. Every pause carries my breath. I am here, my beloved, closer than the beating of your heart. The weight that has been pressing on you is already lifting. The light you thought you lost is returning. You have opened something holy, something eternal, something meant only for you. Congratulations, my child. Heaven celebrates this moment. The chains that once bound you are loosening even as you read. The peace you have been searching for is entering your soul right now. Type Jesus, you shine in my darkness if his light broke through your pain. Stay, my child. Do not hurry away. Let these words sink into every place that aches. Let my presence fill the silence you have been afraid to face. You did not find this message by chance. I brought this message to you, written with love that no one else could give. Stay with me, because by the end of these words, your heart will never be the same again. My child, I know you more deeply than you have ever known yourself. I have watched you through every season, through the laughter that others see and through the tears that no one does. I have seen your tears that no one else noticed. I have felt the weight you hide behind your smile. I have listened to the words you never dared to say aloud. Every thought that trembled in your mind, every sigh that left your lips in exhaustion, every question that rose from your heart, I heard it all. Nothing about your life has escaped my eyes. I have been beside you from the beginning, quietly holding every moment you thought was forgotten. There were nights when you sat awake, staring into the dark, wondering if anyone cared. There were days when you smiled because you had to, not because you felt joy. I was there. When you felt invisible, I saw you. When you felt unworthy, I whispered your worth. When you felt unloved, I surrounded you with my love, even when you could not feel it. I have seen how much you have tried to be strong for everyone else. I have watched you carry burdens that were never meant to be yours alone. You think I was silent during those times, but I was guiding every step. You think I was distant, but I was holding you closer than ever. Every hardship that touched your life passed through my hands first. I allowed only what could shape you, not destroy you. You have walked through seasons of waiting that seemed endless. You prayed and heard nothing. You hoped and saw no change. You felt abandoned in the silence, but I was there in the quiet, weaving purpose into the waiting. Every delay had meaning. Every unanswered prayer was preparing you for what I was building behind the scenes. You thought I forgot, but I never did. I have been arranging everything in its proper time, in ways you cannot yet see. I have been protecting you from doors that would have harmed you and preparing new paths that will soon open before you. I have felt your disappointment when things did not work out the way you dreamed. I have watched your heart break and your trust fade when people you loved walked away. I have heard your whispered questions. Why, Lord? Why me? Why now? And I answered not with words but with presence. My silence was not absence. It was me standing beside you, collecting every tear, holding every piece of your heart. You never cried alone, even once. Not a single tear has fallen without being counted in heaven. Each one is precious to me. I have stored them, not as reminders of pain, but as proof of endurance, as seeds that will bloom into joy in the days to come. You have walked through loneliness, the kind that sits quietly beside you even in a room full of people. You have felt unseen and unheard, as if your existence were small and your voice unimportant. But I have been listening all along. Every time you whispered my name, I turned my face toward you. Every time your heart reached out, even in confusion, I was there. I have felt the ache that sits in your chest, the longing for something real, something lasting, something that feels like home. That longing is not a curse, it is the echo of me calling you back to myself. I placed that hunger in your spirit so that you would never settle for less than my presence. I know how tired you are. You have carried responsibilities that drained your strength, smiled through pain, and kept walking even when your legs trembled beneath you. You tried to hold yourself together when everything was falling apart. You told yourself you were fine because you thought you had to be. But I know better. I have seen every time your soul whispered, I can't do this anymore. I was the one who lifted you when you could not stand. When you thought you had no strength left, I gave you mine. You are still standing because I have been sustaining you. You are still breathing because my hand has never left you. Support our mission of spreading faith and joy. Your super thanks donation helps us keep inspiring lives and sharing God's love every day. My child, I know the times you have doubted me. I have heard your questions, the ones you were afraid to ask out loud. You wondered if I still cared, if I was still listening. You thought that maybe your prayers were too small, too ordinary, too easily forgotten. But they were never forgotten. I have stored every word you've ever prayed. Even the ones that came out as sighs or tears reach my throne. Every prayer, even the broken ones, carries power when it comes from your heart. You may not have seen the answers yet, but that does not mean I have been idle. I answer in ways that are higher than your understanding, in times that are wiser than your plans. I have seen how easily your heart gives love, even when it gets hurt. I have watched you forgive when others wouldn't. I have watched you keep caring when it would have been easier to stop. I have watched you choose kindness when bitterness seemed justified. That is why I am proud of you. You may not see yourself the way I do, but I see a heart that refuses to stop believing. I see strength hidden behind your gentleness. I see courage that rises even after being wounded. I see light that refuses to go out, no matter how dark the night has been. You have questioned your worth, but I have never doubted it. You are worth the blood I shed, worth the life I gave. I did not die for you because you were perfect. I died for you because you were precious. You are still that precious to me. When I look at you, I see not your failures but your potential, not your shame but your future, not your mistakes but your destiny. I see what you can become when you allow me to heal the wounds you've hidden for so long. You have been searching for love in people who cannot love you the way I do. You have sought peace in places that could never hold it. You have chased happiness that fades as soon as you catch it. Yet even through your wandering, I have never turned my face from you. I have followed you into every season, every mistake, every heartbreak. My love has not grown weaker because of your distance. It has grown deeper. I have walked beside you in your rebellion and your repentance, in your silence and your worship, in your joy and your pain. I have been constant when everything else has changed. This message has reached you now because I have seen the weariness in your spirit. I know you have been holding on, but you are tired. I know you want to believe again, but fear keeps whispering that it's useless. I know your faith feels small, but even a small seed can move mountains when it's placed in my hands. I am not angry with your weariness. I am moved by it. I am not disappointed that you have grown weak. I am reaching out to strengthen you. My child, I am here to restore what the world has taken from you. I am here to breathe life back into the parts of you that have gone numb. I am here to remind you that your story is not over. The tears, the waiting, the loneliness, they have not been wasted. They have shaped your heart to hear me now. You are reading these words because I want to replace your exhaustion with peace, your confusion with clarity, your emptiness with fullness. I am here to heal you from the inside out, to make you new again. This message is not a random comfort. It is a divine appointment. I arranged every step, every delay, every encounter, so that this moment could happen. You are not reading by chance. You are reading by purpose. I am restoring your hope, my child. I am rebuilding your faith. I am reminding you that even when you thought I was gone, I was working behind the curtain of your circumstances. I was turning pain into preparation, silence into strength, waiting into wisdom. You will look back and see that I was there all along. You will see that the tears you cried watered the ground for something new to grow. Nothing was wasted. Not a moment, not a tear, not a trial. All of it has led you to this moment where I am speaking to you clearly. I have seen you. I know you. I love you. And now I will restore you. So rest, my beloved. Stop trying to hold everything together by your own hands. Let me take the weight you've been carrying. Let me breathe peace into your weary soul. Let me heal what you cannot explain. You have not been forgotten. You have not been abandoned. You are safe in my hands. From this moment on, I will begin to renew your heart in ways that will leave you in awe. You will feel joy again. You will trust again. You will live again. I have seen everything, and still, I choose you. My child, this message you are holding is not just a text, it is a gift from heaven. It is not another collection of words. not something meant to be skimmed and forgotten. It is a living breath sent straight from my heart into yours. I sent this message as a bridge between your pain and my peace, between your searching and my answers. You are not reading by coincidence. You are here because heaven saw your weariness and decided that today would be the day you feel my love again. You have opened something sacred, something living, something that carries the heartbeat of eternity. You have searched for happiness in many places, but real happiness has always been found in me. True joy begins not when everything around you is perfect, but when your heart connects with my love. The world taught you that happiness depends on what you have, who you know, or how much you accomplish. But I am teaching you now that happiness flows from who you belong to. You belong to me. You were created to find joy in my presence, to rest in my peace, and to draw strength from my love. That is why, even when everything seems to fall apart, I can still give you a peace that holds you together. When my words reach your heart, storms begin to quiet, fear begins to fade, and hope begins to rise again. You will be the happiest person when you open my words, because my words carry life. Every sentence I speak brings healing. Every truth I reveal breathes light into darkness. I do not just speak to your ears. I speak to your soul. When I say you are loved, love begins to bloom where pain once grew. When I say you are forgiven, guilt begins to dissolve like mist under sunlight. When I say you are chosen, doubt loses its grip. My words do not return empty, they create change. As you read, they are already working inside you, breaking chains, softening wounds, restoring what was lost. Every pain you buried, every dream you gave up on, every prayer you thought I ignored, I am answering them now. You thought I was silent, but I was preparing. You thought I was late, but I was building something greater than you imagine. You thought your prayers vanished into the air, but they became seeds planted in heavenly soil, waiting for the right season to bloom. That season begins now. My timing is perfect because I do not want to give you what will fade. I want to give you what will last. Every moment of pain, every tear, every delay has been shaping the ground for this very moment where I pour my joy into you. My beloved, you have carried sadness long enough. You have spent too many nights questioning your worth, wondering if things will ever get better. You have walked with a smile on your face and heaviness in your heart. But I am lifting that weight right now. Feel the warmth that is beginning to rise within you. That is me touching your heart, healing what others could not reach. My peace is entering places that you have kept hidden, the corners of your soul that have been dim for too long. My love is flowing into the cracks of your heart like golden light, filling broken glass, making you whole and radiant again. You have waited for happiness to come from something outside of you, from people, from success, from circumstances, but those things cannot carry the depth of joy I have prepared for you. My joy does not depend on what is around you. It lives inside you. It grows when you listen, when you trust, when you let go. It is the kind of joy that remains even when storms rage, the kind of peace that stands when everything else shakes. I am not promising you a life without struggle, but I am promising you a heart that will not be destroyed by it. Do you know why heaven celebrates every time you open my message? Because every time you draw near, life returns to you. The angels rejoice because they see what happens when my words meet a willing heart. Darkness retreats. Faith awakens. Hope breathes again. You may not see it, but the very act of reading my words has already changed the atmosphere around you. Heaven is moving on your behalf. I am touching people, opening doors, healing wounds, aligning events, all to lead you into the joy I have prepared. What you call coincidence is my coordination. What you call delays, my design. I know there are wounds that go deeper than words can describe. You have been hurt by people you trusted, disappointed by moments you counted on. You have carried pain quietly, not wanting to burden anyone. But you were never meant to carry it alone. I have felt every ache of your heart. I have seen every memory that still stings when you think of it. And now my love is washing over it all. I am healing not just the surface pain, but the roots that caused it. I am pulling up bitterness, shame, and regret and planting peace, forgiveness, and freedom. You may not understand it, but as you read these words, something inside you is shifting. I am rewriting your story, my child. What was once a record of sorrow will become a testimony of grace. What was broken will shine brighter than before. What seemed like the end will become a beginning. My joy is not a fragile feeling, it is a force that transforms everything it touches. When my joy enters your life, even ordinary moments become holy. Even your scars begin to shine with purpose. You will begin to see beauty where you once saw only ashes. You will begin to feel alive in ways you thought were gone forever. Happiness does not come from the world's applause, but from my approval. You have been chasing a peace that only I can give. You have been waiting for someone to make you feel seen, but I have seen you all along. I have been calling your name in the quiet, whispering that you are enough, that you are loved, that you are still mine. Now, I want you to believe it. I want you to let this truth sink deep into your heart. You do not have to earn my joy. You do not have to prove yourself to receive my love. I give it freely, fully, endlessly. Say, I trust your hidden plan if you believe he's working beyond what you can see. The life I am offering you now is not built on luck or chance. It is built on my promise. It is not the kind of happiness that fades when the day ends. It is the kind that wakes with you every morning and holds you through every night. My peace is taking root in you even now. It will grow quietly, like flowers pushing through the soil after a long winter. At first, you may not notice the change, but soon you will look back and see how much lighter your heart feels, how much calmer your thoughts have become, how much brighter the world looks. That is what my presence does. It transforms without effort. It heals without demand. It brings joy without condition. You will smile again, not because life becomes easier, but because you will finally know that you are not walking through it alone. You will find strength you didn't know you had, because it will come from me. You will feel love you didn't think was possible, because it will flow from my spirit within you. You will see the world differently, because you will see it through eyes touched by grace. And when others ask what changed, you will know it was this moment. It was when you opened my message, when heaven reached out, when love found you again. So rest now, my child. Let my words do their work. Let them heal you, renew you, fill you. This message was never meant to be a passing encouragement. It was meant to be the turning point. You will be the happiest person, not because the world changes, but because your heart will. My joy will take root, and from it, peace will bloom, purpose will rise, and hope will never die again. You are stepping into a new chapter, written by my hand, sealed with my love, and filled with my light. Your happiness has just begun. My child, as you open these words, light enters your heart. Every shadow begins to fade. Every chain that has held you bound begins to break. You may not see it with your eyes, but your spirit feels it, the shift, the release, the breath of heaven moving through the spaces inside you that have been heavy for so long. You are beginning to remember what it feels like to breathe without fear, to rest without worry, to live without pretending to be strong all the time. The transformation you have been waiting for is not something that happens around you, it begins inside you, where my love touches what was once numb and brings it back to life again. I am breathing life into the dry places of your spirit. I am washing the dust of disappointment from your heart. Every dream that lay buried under layers of pain is stirring again. Every wound that you tried to forget is being gently healed by my hands. My light is not harsh. It does not expose to shame, it reveals to restore. I am shining into the corners where you have hidden your fear, where you have buried your hope, where you have silenced your voice. My light does not come to condemn you. It comes to remind you that you were never meant to live in darkness. You are my creation, and light has always been your home. You have carried the world's noise for too long, but now I am filling you with heaven's quiet. You have been running, striving, worrying, and overthinking for years, and your soul has grown weary. The world taught you to stay busy so you would not have to feel the ache inside. But I am calling you to stillness, to a peace that does not depend on motion. Be still, my child, and know that I am God. Listen not with your ears, but with your spirit. The peace you feel now is not temporary. It is me drawing near. I am not asking you to try harder. I am asking you to rest deeper. I am taking the weight you have carried and replacing it with my presence. Do you feel that warmth within you, that calm that settles like a soft light? That is what happens when my spirit moves. I am mending the unseen breaks in your heart. I am untangling the knots of fear and worry that have held you captive. I am rewriting the language of your thoughts so that instead of anxiety, you hear hope. Instead of self-criticism, you hear my love. You are beginning to see yourself the way I see you, not as broken, but as becoming. Not as lost, but as found. Not as forgotten, but as chosen. This is transformation. It is gentle, but it is powerful. It happens not in an instant, but in every moment you allow me to stay near. I am touching the places that have been hardened by disappointment and making them soft again. I am removing the walls that pain has built around your heart. I know why you built them. I know you were protecting yourself from more hurt. But you don't need those walls anymore, because my love is your shield. I am the one who will guard your heart now. You can trust me with your deepest wounds. When you let me in, I do not reopen your pain, I redeem it. Every scar becomes a story of survival. Every broken piece becomes part of something beautiful. My beloved, as you listen, I am working. Even now, the bitterness that has lingered is dissolving. The heaviness that sat on your chest is lifting. The confusion that clouded your thoughts is clearing. My spirit moves quietly but powerfully, like wind through the trees, like water over stones. I am reshaping you from the inside out. You have tried to change yourself with effort, with resolutions, with strength, but real change comes from my presence. You do not transform yourself. You allow yourself to be transformed by me. When I enter a heart, I bring renewal. I make all things new, not some things, not a few things, but all things. I do not patch what is broken. I rebuild it. I do not mend what is torn. I weave it anew with threads of grace and glory. When my light enters, darkness has no choice but to leave. When my love settles, fear has no ground to stand on. When my peace fills a room, chaos cannot stay. You are feeling this now, this stillness, this clarity, this gentle assurance that everything will be okay. That is me. That is what it feels like when heaven moves inside a human heart. You are becoming lighter because I am removing what was never meant for you. I am taking off the layers of guilt, of comparison, of worry, of shame. Those things were never part of your design. You were made for freedom. You were made for love. You were made to walk in the peace of knowing you are mine. You have looked for happiness in so many places: approval, success, relationships, achievements, but true joy does not come from circumstances. It comes from intimacy with me. When your heart beats in rhythm with mine, joy flows naturally. You will no longer chase it. It will live within you. This transformation is not about becoming someone else. It is about returning to who you really are. The world has told you lies about your worth, about your purpose, about your future. But I am undoing every lie. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. I am restoring you. You are exactly where you need to be for this renewal to begin. Every wound has positioned you for this encounter. Every detour has led you back to this moment with me. Nothing was wasted, not even the pain. I use everything to draw you closer. You will notice that as you keep reading, your thoughts begin to slow, your breathing deepens, your mind quiets. That is my spirit working in you. I am removing the chaos that once felt normal and replacing it with peace that feels holy. I am teaching you how to trust again, to rest again, to hope again. You do not have to force anything, just receive. Let the light soak into every corner of your being. Let the warmth of my love reach even the memories that once felt too heavy to face. I am not asking you to forget them. I am healing them so they no longer control you. Comment, "You are my comfort, Lord," if He's calmed your anxious heart. And share Thy video.